emergency, and you're telling me that it's based on appointments?
Yes, ma'am. So this is not our shelter. This is where clients receive services.
You said that I can do a walk-in, and you said if someone is available to see me?
They'll schedule an appointment.
You just said I can do a walk-in.
So this is the walk-in form.
Okay.
So the walk-in form means you'll fill it out. Somebody will come down and schedule a future appointment.
That's not what you just said. You said if someone is available. I just paid for a lift here, and I'm fleeing for my life. There's no kind of emergency situation we can get at a domestic violence organization if someone is in immediate danger and a crisis right now?
So if you want to fill this up, I'll see if somebody's available.
Okay, thank you.
This is our shelter number.
They've been full years. All shelters are full. That's why it's a crisis.
Gotcha. So this is, they'll be the ones to tell you if they have space available.
They don't. They haven't had it years. So I was going to try to relocate to another location because for years everyone has been lying to me and keeping me from services, which I think is more serious. If you can't flee a domestic violence organizations if they conspire with your abuse and deprive you of services to flee it.
Okay.
For whatever reason that is, but it repeatedly keeps happening.
Gotcha.
So I just paid for a lift here to flee for my life, and I repeatedly get the same thing.
Okay.
From location to
I
location.
understand. Okay, so just fill this out. We'll see if somebody's available.
You'll see if someone's available?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. What's today's date?
Today is the 30th.
Okay, and what's your name?
My name is Carla.
Okay. If they have time, if they're able, after getting a lift here, when you're not handcuffed and getting drug out of them, if they have time, we'll see if we can help you year after year. We'll see you at a domestic violence organization, watching police handcuff me and haul me off and doing nothing. That's how it is. We'll see. Perhaps, maybe. We'll check. Don't hold your breath for all these years. So do all domestic violence organizations now put the woman on hold and you can't flee that day, period?
I'm not sure how the other organizations work.
But I thought you networked with other organizations if you weren't able to help.
We are, but we're just front desk. We're not the ones that connect with other organizations. That would be like a counselor or advocate.
Okay, so a woman comes in here, there's no one in here. No, but just me, year after year. But if they have time. So if a woman comes in here fleeing for their life, because I haven't found the passcode in several years. So if you don't have time, does anyone on the planet have time?
I'm not sure how that works. We just have.
Well, can you find out? I told you I was in a crisis and in danger.
So we have a procedure, so that's what I'm doing.
Well, your procedure, you're saying that if someone has time and I'm the only one here.
So it's Fridays. Usually Fridays, all of our counselors and advocates are in meetings. So
They have been in meetings years everywhere I'm at. I'm trying to get to the bottom of it. If someone is deliberately sabotaging my ability to flee, what kind of consequences would that be? And why would people repeatedly let someone do that year after year everywhere I go, leaving me in jeopardy? What are the consequences if people are held accountable? Conspiracy to violate rights is a felony charge. Excuse after excuse, I'm the only one in here, and the police had me sitting there all day to speak with a victim's advocate, and I never did. No woman should have to endure this and get treated like this location to location.
I agree. So let me see what I can do for you.
Well, my life is in jeopardy now, and for years people have blown me off and disregarded my value in my life and left me in it for some reason. So I'm begging for some kind of assistance now to flee. I know your shelter has been full years, and it used to be advocates place you in a safe environment, but when I'm around, they stop.
Okay. So,
There's no one else here. Why doesn't anyone ever have time for me in all my environments?
no, I hear you. I'm so sorry. So this building is not the shelter. This building is just for like counseling.
But it used to be
resources.
the advocates, when they were not corrupt, would help a woman get in a safe environment. Now they force the woman to do it on her own.
Okay, so because there aren't a lot of resources out there for domestic violence shelters, it is on a first come first serve.
We're deflecting on advocates, what advocates do, and I have been robbed of an advocate for years,
Okay.
leaving me in
So,
jeopardy. I've had.
What I can do is I can give you a list of shelters that are in the area.
I got a lift here.
Okay.
I wanted an advocate. Are you denying me services here?
I'm not denying you services. It's just we run on appointments only, and so right now.
Well, can
we
you
don't
find me a
have-
location that has time to help me? Because I haven't found one in years.
So I can help you find.
Can we call on the phone and get a location that will see me? Because I haven't found one in years. With an advocate in your expertise, because I have been denied services all over. So before I get a lift and go somewhere else to get denied services, I wanted to make sure I had a referral that would help me the same day, that not give me an appointment because the police department told them to, and leave me in jeopardy.
Okay, so I'm not responsible for getting people into shelter. That
I'm
I
not being
can't-
heard. I just want to speak with someone that is
Okay.
not controlled by the police department and has time to talk to me and help me flee for my life.
Okay.
That's the only thing that I'm concerned
So-
about is getting someone on the phone because I paid for a lift to get here and I
Okay.
get mistreated on DART. So
Okay.
each location I go to is scamming to keep me from services. So if we
Okay.
can get someone on the phone, since you're busy and don't want to help me for year after year, can we find someone that does?
Okay, so if you would like to call shelters, you definitely can call.
So you're
shelters.
advocating you're denying me
So
services?
I'm not denying you services.
If
I'm
you're
saying
not
that
giving me
this
services to flee
is-
from my life, what else could that be?
I'm saying that this is an appointment only kind of
Well, yes.
situation.
So
Right,
you're
so
advocate and you're
what
leaving
I
me in
can
it and you
do-
can't give
Well, I
advocate.
can't really answer your questions if you keep cutting me off and you keep cutting me off.
I'm not being heard.
I would like to be able to finish what I'm
Okay.
talking about first, and then we can talk, right? So first, my first point is we're by appointment only, and you already know that. What I'm saying is, what I can do is I can give you a list of shelters.
I don't want a
without-
list, ma'am. My life is
Okay.
different.
Okay.
If I had rights, which clearly I
So,
don't,
are
because
you-
I gotta live here.
Are you fleeing from a domestic violence situation?
Yes, and stalking and involves the police department and the government.
Okay.
So I couldn't catch a bus here.
Were you in a relationship?
It was like a
with
stalking
someone?
situation, but since you're pressed for time and most places don't have time for me and disregard me year after year, since you're pressed for time, I want to concentrate on the place that does have time for me.
Okay.
Since you are pressed for time, can we find a location? I don't want to be there's support. Women deserve support.
Okay,
They
I
deserve
hear you.
compassion.
I absolutely hear you. So what we can do is you can call shelters, like I said. Right now, the reason why I came down here is to schedule you an intake appointment so that you can come back and we can go ahead and do a full intake.
I don't have rights,
together.
ma'am. Okay, go ahead. I just hope I don't get killed to them. I mean, they just like torturing me, so I don't have rights. I just
Okay.
pay to
So
get nowhere.
So our focus is on intimate partner violence. That is when you're in a relationship with someone, right, and that person becomes abusive. It sounds like what you're going through right now is not an intimate partner violence situation. It sounds like it's bigger than that. It sounds like you said that the police were involved and government agencies were involved. So we don't focus on those types of services. Those
No
types
one
of
does.
services. Right. So because of that, I don't know if we would be able to help you out with the services that you're currently seeking.
Okay, what was your name?
Okay, my name is Natalie.
Okay, and you're unwilling to advocate for me and find someone
It's
that
not
does?
I'm unwilling
Well, let's
to
define
advocate.
it.
It's just that we focus on intimate partner violence.
I didn't
What
tell you
you're-
that it was an intimate partner, but people
Okay.
already have prearranged scripts. So if you're unwilling to help me here,
Okay.
and that like every other location I'm at, can you advocate me to a location that will help me because I have not been able to find it on my own?
So if you're saying that it's not intimate, is it intimate partner violence? or
It's
is
like
it
a stalker,
something else?
someone that I met online, like a stalking partner dating situation.
Okay.
And our
so
organization stopped helping with that as a catch-22 to keep me from services year after year.
Have you tried calling Hope Store New Beginning Center?
They was assaulted and arrested there.
Okay.
That's a red flag. Most places want me to call places. I wanted to relocate to another location.
So we don't have those types of services. We don't relocate people, okay?
Oh.
What we do is we do counseling here. We offer
I'm not being
emergency
heard.
shelter,
Can you
but
offer
our
me?
shelter right now is full.
It's been full
Right.
years. Yes.
So I mean, but you are more than welcome to call and to keep calling the shelters. But unfortunately, if you're saying that it is something outside of
So
what
you're
we're
unwilling
able
to advocate
do-
for me.
So
Period.
I'm not. It's not that I'm unable.
Well,
to
then I would like you to
advocate.
advocate for me, and let's call and find a safe location. If you're unwilling to find me a location that will advocate for me and show love, that support that I've never gotten in all these
I
years.
offered Hope Store New Beginning Center. You're saying no. There's Family Gateway.
We're
Have
not-
you called Family Gateway?
No, are we
before?
able to? Can I be heard, ma'am?
Okay. Yes.
Okay.
I'm hearing you.
Okay.
It's just right now you're not listening to me either. What I'm telling you is the services that you're looking for right now are not services that we provide, unfortunately. The services that we provide here are appointment based as well. They're for counseling services as well. Therefore, if you're trying to get into housing, we can try and help you with an application to housing. If you're trying to find services that will help with medical care or anything like that, there's a process to these things though. It's not, unfortunately, you can't just come in and then just demand those services. We have to go through a process. We do have to apply for certain things. There is
Let me explain my
Yes.
experience. Okay. In my experience, there's a lot of psychological and low-key torment. Okay. So whenever I go into an environment, they don't have time. We all see. This is part of a major.
it's not that-
Can I be heard? Can I
Right,
speak?
so it's not
Can I
that-
just be heard? Can I
Okay,
just be heard for a
uh-huh.
moment? Okay. So we'll see if we have time. That doesn't qualify. Each location a location.
So
So
would you
I
like
just
to
I like to
go
be
into
heard.
gateway
I
or
just
not?
I just like to be heard.
Okay.
So typically when a woman is fleeing abuse,
Mm-hmm.
she don't have people playing mind games with her. She don't have people low key taunting her, low key scamming to keep her from services. I just want to be treated like a normal human being, and then have not people everywhere I go is busy. They don't have time. They disregard. The only thing that I'm saying, I don't know what was already prearranged before I got here. Everyone always wants to give me numbers to call on my own. I like to have an advocate and for
Okay.
someone to sit down with me and not play mind games and be compassionate and loving and not blow me off year after year to get nowhere.
Right.
So,
Okay.
is there anyone on the planet with your expertise? What's your position?
Right. So I am an advocate here actually, but like I said, so it looks like unfortunately the services right now that you're seeking are unfortunately services that we cannot provide right now. If you're looking for things to do with going after like a police agency or
No, it's a
things like that.
stalker.
Okay.
Can I get a brochure?
Okay.
Oh, was this
Yes,
one?
Go right ahead. Yes,
Okay.
ma'am. Okay, so then we'll go ahead and
This is in Spanish.
since you have a
I didn't get any help.
right, so we are gonna give you the numbers.
I didn't want numbers. I wanted you to give me a location that I can actually get someone that has love and compassion and doesn't blow me off like this year after year. I paid for a lift and then I've rode on buses to get nowhere year after year. People have witnessed me get assaulted and arrested at a domestic violence organization and did nothing. I repeatedly keep begging for my life for no one to hear me. And they do the same thing that you do.
Okay, so like I said, this is a food shelter, or this is a list of shelters. We've got food here as well, shelters, clothing items here too. Okay. So she's on this.
Yes, I'm calling 911 because I shouldn't have to endure this and can't ever flee abuse.
Connecting to the 911 operator.
Dallas 911, this is Alma. Do you need police, fire, or EMS?
I guess I don't know what to do. Each location I go to is depriving me of assistance to flee a domestic violence crisis. It's serious. And I'm tired of having to be fighting for my life. And each location is abusive and tell me to call numbers year after year. Another organization witnessed me get assaulted and arrested, sat there and did nothing. I don't want to keep living like this. And then they're told to be psychologically abusive and direct me to give numbers. There's no one here. Every location wants to leave me in jeopardy. I don't want to keep living like this.
Okay,
So
well,
if the police want to arrest me and assault me or murder me or whatever here, I'm tired of playing these games. Let them go ahead and kill me at the domestic violence organization while they watch. Because no one has done anything all this time. Just let me sit in it. So let them come out, bully me, murder me, or whatever they're going to do. I'm at Genesis on Lucas Street.
okay, what do you need? Do you just need like a...
Each domestic violence organization denies me shelter. I can't get law enforcement. I get gang stalked. I don't want to keep living on benches. Getting put out of shelter location to location. Everywhere I go wants to bully and punish me for trying to flee abuse and keep me in it. And then lie to me about services, location to location, year after year.
Okay, and what's the place that you were last at?
I'm at Genesis right now, and all domestic violence organizations witness my abuse and know about it and do nothing. And lie to me about services year after year, leaving me in it. And deprive me of advocacy. Every location I'm at. So if I can't get help, let these people witness me get murdered at a domestic violence organization, maybe they'll treat someone else differently. Look, go ahead and send the police out to violate me, mistreat me, and give me a criminal trespass.
Okay,
I'm ready for this to end.
we just need you to leave the property.
I'm calling the police because I can't get services
So you
anywhere.
can wait for the police
I'll wait for the
outside.
police out here in
Okay.
here. No,
Well-
ma'am, I'm waiting on the police here. I'm calling the police on the shelters for repeatedly depriving me of services year after year with
So
no
you can
accountability.
wait for the police
I'm waiting for the
outside.
police in here.
You can wait for the police outside.
I'm waiting for the police
okay?
in here.
I know that there's probably a lot.
No,
going
if I
on.
want you guys to witness me getting murdered or whatever's going to happen, if they assault me and handcuff me and you refuse to help me so you can see what you've done. So I'll wait in here.
Okay.
So it has to end. You want to conspire with the abuse, you witness the abuse.
Okay.
So go ahead, ma'am, send them out so they can violate and give me a criminal trespass. This has to end one day. Let these people see what they're conspiring with. So send the police out. I call the police on the organization as well as a multitude of other organizations for scamming to keep me from services, leaving me in abuse year after year. Keep leaving me in jeopardy, location to location, everywhere I travel. Are you sending the police out? I'm calling the police on them. Conspiracy to violate
It
rights
sounds
is a
like she
felony
wants to say
charge.
something to you.
Hello?
Yes.
Okay, my suggestion is don't speak with her. Just ignore it because we don't want anything to escalate, okay? If you can wait outside or anything.
No, I'm gonna wait in here. I'm calling the police on the domestic violence organization. What's your name?
Just,
What's your name?
hello?
What's your name?
Mine?
Yes.
My name is Alma.
Alma? And do you have an employee ID?
Employee ID. Operator 27.
Operator 27? Are you aware that I'm calling the police on the domestic violence organization for scamming to keep me from services? Am Alma?
Yes.
Okay.
Hello?
Yes. Okay, Alma.
Give me one quick second, okay?
Okay.
I'm sorry, it's just you're not eligible for services. We don't want you to get in trouble with the police. You can call the police on us. That's totally
Well, you
fine.
didn't give me advocacy. She didn't give me direction. She
Yeah,
gave me
we
numbers to call on my
we
phone.
have on our
What's your name?
Hema. We have on our file that you're not eligible for services and you're not able to be here. We don't want you to get in trouble if the police get in.
I have no other place to go. I get violated. Everywhere I go to try to flee abuse, I get in trouble. I'm not being heard, ma'am. This has to end one day. I get punished, violated. If they murder me, they murder me. You just witness it and sit and see what you've done by repeatedly denying someone fleeing for their life services.
Hello?
Yes.
Can I go ahead and get your name and your phone number?
It's Kiana Clark.